This time we're gonna be using a little bit bigger number. We are gonna be dividing 645 by 94. We're gonna see how many groups of 94 fit into 645. So again, I'm gonna pick nice compatible numbers. I'm gonna change this to 600 divided by 100. And I know that my answer should be somewhere around 6. I'm looking for something in the ones place value. So this one I'm gonna need some space. I'm gonna try to be really neat here. So now I'm just gonna follow the same thing I do, even though we're dealing with a bigger number here. We're just gonna follow the same procedures we've been doing. So I'm gonna ask, how many times does 94 fit into 6? And the answer is 0 times. So 0 times 94 is 0. Subtract my 6. And then bring down my 4. Then again, I'm going to ask how many times... Oh, sorry, I forgot to color code this guy. Then I'm going to ask how many times does 94 fit into 64? And again, the answer is 0. 0 times 0 times 94 is 0. Subtract 64 and bring down the 5. So again, when I'm thinking about this, if this is 100 and this is 600, we said it should go in about 6 times. So I think I'm going to try that, and I'm going to do the work down here. So 94 times 6, that's 24. 9 times 6 is 54, 56, 57, 57. Oh wait, sorry, brain fart. That's 4. And then that's 54, 56. So 56. Okay, and so then I'm gonna put my 6 up top, my 564 down below, and then I'm gonna subtract 5 minus 4, 1. I need to borrow. So 14 minus 6 is 8. And this becomes a 5. So 81. And so, and if you look above, we got as far as we needed to, and I forgot to color code here. So, oops, this is how I'd color code that. And then I'm just gonna write what I have left over. So I have 6 whole times. So 94 goes into 645, 6 whole times with 81 left over. And again, we're making 94 groups. So 94 goes on the bottom. Now this next one is gonna get pretty long here. So again, we're gonna ask how many 94s can fit into 645. And we're just gonna review the process again. Good practice. So the first thing I'm gonna ask is how many times does 94 fit into 6? And the answer to that is 0. 0. And so 0 times 94 is 0. 6 minus 0 is 0. And I'm gonna bring down my 4. Now I ask, how many times does 94 fit into 64? My answer is gonna go up top here. So 94 goes into 64 0 times. 64 minus 0 is 64. And I'm going to bring this down. And we already did the math over on the other side there, so I know that it goes in at 6 times. So 6 times 94 was 564. And when I subtract that, I get 1. I borrow here and get 8. So now I'm done at this point. So now I need to go to my next step, which is bring down. Since there's nothing to break down, I add my decimal to the dividend and then also my quotient up top, and I add a 0 and I bring it down. So now I'm asking, how many times does 94 go into 810? And so for this, I'm going to, again, if this was 100, it would go in 8 times. I actually think it might go in 7. I think I might be over the top if I go 8. So I'm going to just try this. 7 times 4 is 28. This is 63, 64, 65. I actually think I can fit one more. So I'm going to change this. So, kind of hard to read. So 94 times 8 gives me 32, 72, 75. Okay, and then so my 8's gonna go up top, and then I'm gonna get 752, and I need to subtract. I'm gonna borrow, so 8, and this is going to be 5. Sorry, that's kind of hard to read. And again, I'm going to add a 0 and bring it down. Now I'm asking, how many times does 94 go into 580? And we already know that 6 goes in and gives us 564, so I don't think we can fit one more than that. So I'm going to go ahead and say 6 times 94 is 564, and then I'm going to subtract. This becomes 6 and 1, and then I'm going to bring down one more time. Oops, I've lost track of my color coding here, sorry. So this was blue. Oop. It was blue, and we asked that one and got 6. Let's say this is green. 810, we said 8 times, and then this was our last question, and then we got one final question here to ask till we get to the place value we needed, and that's how many times does how many groups of 94 go into 160, and my answer to that is going to go up top, and I really should have extended this. So 94 is going to go in one time, and so I get 94, and then I'm done there because I've got to the hundredths place value, or excuse me, thousandths place value. So now I'm ready to say 6 and 861 thousandths. And again, remember we got to round to the hundredths place value. So here's my hundredths place value. Hundredths place value, and this one says go ahead and leave it. 6 and 86 hundredths. Thanks for listening.